Good afternoon, and welcome to Kezar Stadium, home of your San Francisco Nighthawks. Tonight, your Nighthawks take on Napa Valley FC. Today is our annual pride match as we join the ongoing celebration of the LGBTQIA community across the city. Let this game be not just a celebration of the progress made towards inclusion in the world game, but also a reminder of the work that still needs to be done. And your starting lineup, first for the Napa Valley. Number 19, Samantha Benson. Number 21, Ian Garcia. Number 2, Liliana Lee. Number 23, Shauna Johnson. Number 10, Lily Church. Number 8, Angelina Ramirez. Number 43, Samantha Gatt. Number 6, Molly Silva. Number 3, Olivia Stan. Number 30, Maria Rivera. And number 9, Haley Gilly. And now the lineup for your San Francisco Nighthawks. Number 1, Raquel Wong. Number 10, Eliana Wong. Number 24, Rina Hoganoto. Number 22, Kelly Druitt. Number 12, Adeline Dean. Number 11, Carla Sandoval. Number 5, Josie Jarvis. Number 13, Risa Yamada. Number 16, Marissa Vasquez. Number 17, Melody Burr. And number 15, Sydney Brunlin Manuza.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the beautiful Kezar Stadium here in sunny, sometimes not sunny, but today sunny, San Francisco, California. I'm Sara Ach on commentary alongside Kevin Allison on the camera today. It is Pride Day here at Kezar Stadium, and for the Nighthawks, second to last game of the season, second to last home game of the season. It's also Pride Day here in beautiful San Francisco with plenty of marches happening all around the city today and tomorrow. And we thank you for tuning in and joining today's commentary for the Nighthawks versus Napa Valley FC. Nighthawks sitting in fourth place right now with a record of 4 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss with 14 points. They're just behind Cal Storm. They're sitting locked on points with the Storm, but behind on goal differential. We'll be getting into both of these teams, the history of their matchups, the history of both of these clubs, and what this game means as well. We're off already, right on time, 5 p.m. Pacific kickoff. And you wouldn't know by how bright this sun is shining that it's evening time here. Nighthawks in the teal, the away Napa Valley in all white. And Nighthawks will start off with some strong possession here. Nighthawks love to play possession, work it around the back, and use that midfield, of course, to maintain possession and switch the field side to side. You'll see a lot of that today. Nighthawks without top goal scorer today. Maggie Altman, who's had 5 goals on the season. She sits second on goals in the division. She has a family obligation today, so she won't be here with the Nighthawks. A nice through ball played there for Napa Valley, but out of the goal is Raquel Lau to pick it up. Lau with a just outstanding game on Tuesday. Nighthawks having a midweek game this past Tuesday. We'll get more into that. 3 games in 1 week. They played Saturday, Tuesday, and then here again on Saturday. So lots of minutes on the bodies here for the home Nighthawks in the teal and the red shorts. Raquel Lau, like I said, just a huge game on Tuesday. Nighthawks were hosting Cal Storm, 2 inaugural teams to the WPSL facing off against each other in a historic rivalry, one for the ages, and it ended in a draw. Of course it did, as all rivalry games usually do. It was quite the ending, scoreless until about the 80th minute, and then the Storm went up 1-0. Only for the Nighthawks to answer about 30 seconds later with a goal of their own from Hannah McCord. And that was Hannah McCord's swan song for the Nighthawks. She is officially gone, and this tends to happen around this time in the summer. Hannah McCord going back to college. Was recalled by her team, as most Division I teams start to have captains practices around this time in the lead up to their preseason, and for summer leagues that's generally what happened. So Hannah McCord is no longer here with the Nighthawks. She's a staple, started most of the games here with the Hawks, but nonetheless, Nighthawks, a deep team and also a very tight unit this year. Speaking with General Manager Jill Lunsberry, she said that, you know, not always on summer teams do personalities always gel, but for some reason this year, it's been like a love fest across this team. And a lot of that is because some of the new players coming in, their first practice, looked up and saw a bunch of players they already knew, such as the soccer world, very small. Plenty of new players joining, somehow already knew or had played with current players. And a shot from far out, and she chips the goalkeeper. Unexpected. Here we are getting into the backstory. And the Nighthawks go up 1-0. Take a look at that again. It's a beautiful win on the wing there. That's Elena Wong playing that ball into the middle in a long chip shot. Just a gorgeous goal there. Barely even a celebration, so casual. So casual on that walk back. It's a different game. Just 3 minutes in, the Nighthawks are up 1-0. It's a good time to mention here that Napa Valley has actually never beat the Nighthawks. Napa Valley's first year in the WPSL was 2022. Nighthawks beat them in their inaugural season 3-2 here at Kezar Stadium. Last year, 2023, the Nighthawks went to Napa and won 6-2. So it's the third time ever that these two teams will be facing off. Napa trying to get that first win. Free kick for the Nighthawks, long ball. It looks like Napa's going to try to see that out, but it dies in the grass. And sometimes if the grass hasn't been cut, it can just die like that here. This grass at Kezar Stadium can get a little bit long, so look for those long balls. Potentially just dying could be easier, a little bit easier for the forwards to get on the end of that. And here's number 10, Elena Wong, switching it into the middle. That's Grundlin, number 15, playing that defensive center mid position. She'll play a nice ball out wide, looking for the middle, and it's cleared, but not halfway enough. And again, Napa just can't get that ball out. Nighthawks continue to put pressure on, and finally, a little is relieved, but Grundlin picks it up, and she'll tap it right back, and this is how the Nighthawks like to play. Pushing it around. Looking wide and keeping it in.
Correction on the goal. Goal was scored by number 12, Avalon Keene.
That was Vasquez, number 16 on the wing, just keeping it in. You might have just heard over the loudspeaker. Avalon Keene with her first goal of the season. What a goal it was. for Avalon Keene. Number 12 getting a start up top. And here come Napa on the counterattack. We'll have a corner kick. Napa's first of the game. Keene getting the start at that center forward position. I mentioned that goal scorer Maggie Altman is not here today. Avalon Keene getting that start at that center forward position in place of Maggie Altman, and I'd say she made the most of it, scoring within the first 3 minutes of that start. But now, Napa threatening on this corner kick. Ball into the box. And just a little bit too much on it, a little too much spin on it. It'll roll out of bounds untouched. So a bit of a wasted corner kick there from Napa. Something they could have used to maybe get some of that offense going. But nevertheless, Raquel Lau will pick it up. And I was mentioning what a game she had on Tuesday, that midweek game. At least 3 1v1 stops, if not more. Definitely candidate for Player of the Week here in the WPSL. Nighthawks in these teal uniforms with the San Francisco Muni sign on the front. A gorgeous kit, and if you're from San Francisco and you want to rock some SF Muni swag, I think this is probably your best option. Head over to Nighthawks website. They're selling those online. Always good to support a local club, especially one like the Nighthawks, who are really trying to build a club here that breaks down the barriers of the ever-growing pay-to-play model here in the United States. And if you're listening and you play your youth soccer, Nighthawks are starting some youth programs here that are non-pay-to-play. You can check them out online or contact them through Instagram. Nighthawks, here they come once again. Wong seems to be all over the place. Elena Wong playing in that left back position, but right now finding herself in the middle of the field. And that's exactly what you want to see if you're the Nighthawks. And a bouncing ball, it kind of dies, and challenged there by Keene, and it'll be called offside. Keene making a beautiful run, and again, you could see that ball just kind of die when it bounced. Again, something that these forwards can absolutely take advantage of. Napa now trying to work the ball around. Jarvis of the Nighthawks playing that right back position, stepping in. Foul called on the ground for Napa now. Jarvis, number 5, the right back for the Nighthawks. Has been so key this season. Jarvis is English, international player, playing her college soccer here in the United States at Northeastern State University, going into her senior year. Last season, she started every match for Northeastern State University, scored 4 goals, the 3rd best on the team. And that's certainly saying something for a right back. That's what the Nighthawks like to do. You'll see number 10, Elena Wong, drifting all the way to the bottom left corner of your screen, all the way up that high for a left back. Nighthawks like to get that offensive element from their outside backs, playing a 4-3-3. Both teams today playing a 4-3-3. Pretty tried and true formation. Vasquez on the ball. Options up top, looking for that through ball. Beautiful run by Keene. She just stopped her run. It looked like she was worried she was going to be called offside, or that she was going to be a little too early on that run, but if she'd kept that going, she would have been on that ball perfectly. Nighthawks take over possession once again. A difficult start here for Napa Valley, unable to really keep possession. And this is what the Nighthawks want. This is what they want to do. Napa's going to need to step in and try to disrupt their flow, or the Nighthawks are just going to take over the game possession-wise. Here trying to find Grunland. Smith was Jarvis. She's intercepted, and now she's able to work back recover and play that ball back to Lau. Lau with a slow-moving ball to Jarvis. Now comfortably playing it out of the back. Perhaps too comfortably are the Nighthawks, but here they are finding some space and just out of bounds. Napa now just trying to slow it down, get some time on the ball in this attacking third. Long ball to nobody and cleared out by Wong. Vasquez can't control it though. Here comes Napa Valley. This is Fensk. Fensk with a near post shot. Picked up by Lau. Vasquez again on the ball. Looking to play that ball all the way through. She had streaking Yamada. Yamada on that right wing position. She had it through. If that ball had been maybe just a foot more towards the inside to the left, that one would have been through and Yamada would have been on with a 1v1 versus the keeper. Samantha Nash in goal for Napa Valley right now. Now a 2v4. Nighthawks numbers down going forward and again trying to slot that through. Nash is all over it. Mentioned that Napa Valley had their inaugural WPSL season in 2022. This is just their third year in the WPSL, but they also play in the UPSL, the United Premier Soccer League, which if you don't know is an American for-profit soccer league that was founded in Santa Ana, which is in Southern California. They have teams in conferences throughout the United States and recently Canada and Mexico, becoming an international league. Lau clearing the ball out, and Nighthawks having started this game with quite a bit of possession. Napa now kind of figuring out how to break that up. Perhaps some tired legs on the Nighthawks. I mentioned a midweek game on Tuesday, and before that, a game last Saturday. So they played Saturday, Tuesday, and now here again on Saturday. Quite a few games for this squad, especially amid this moment where we're entering July and certain players are being recalled back to their colleges. Taking a look at how they did in those 3 games. I mentioned that they were coming off that 1-1 draw versus Cal Storm. That was midweek on Tuesday. And last Saturday, they drew 1-1 versus Davis. Nighthawks, like I said, sitting in 4th place, 5 wins, 3 draws. 4 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. I was reading their 2023 record for a moment. This year, 4 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. They had 4 wins to start the season. And then they lost to Iron Rose. Iron Rose, an expansion team this year out of Roseville, California. This is their first year in the league, and they are certainly doing a great job. Right now, Iron Rose sitting in 2nd place. They've won 4, they've drawn 4, and they've lost none. They've only got 1 more game left in their season. Chasing it is Gerwitz, trying to save it from a corner kick, and she just can't get there. Another corner kick for Napa Valley. Second of the game. The first one, nothing really came of. They'll try to change that up now, but I mentioned Nighthawks won 4 to start this season, then dropped 1 to Iron Rose. It was a 3-0 loss. That was their only loss of the season, and then back-to-back draws at Davis, and then here versus Cal Storm. Here's the ball into the box, cleared out. It'll fall back to Napa, though. Now, long shot well over the post. That's from Maria Robollero. She's playing that right back position. Robollero, a Mexican-American international. This is Gerwitz. Pass it off to Wong and finish up on the Nighthawks so far this season. As I mentioned, 4 wins to start the year, and then dropped one to Iron Rose and coming off of 2 straight draws. So Nighthawks have not won in their past 3 games. However, they also kicked off this season at home with 1 game at home and then went on a 5-game road trip. Played 5 games back to back to back to back to back away, and finally returning home on Tuesday to kick off a homestand versus Cal Storm. This is the second of a 3-game homestand to close the season. Here come the Nighthawks on the attack. Streaking forward, Jarvis loses the ball just at the top of the box. The Nighthawks will take over. So this, the second to last game for the Nighthawks in the regular season. Their last game will be the Muni Appreciation Match. It'll be a doubleheader with SF City FC. They'll be hosting La Merenda. That'll be on July 7th here at 5 p.m. at Kezar Stadium. All games are free, so if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, come on out, see the Nighthawks for free. And I say that it's their last regular season game because they are still in the running. They have not been eliminated. They could potentially still finish first in this division and make regionals. It's not fully in their control, and we can get into that a little bit later on, but it's possible that the Nighthawks will finish first and make regionals. Just 1 team from each division makes regionals a very condensed playoff schedule here for the WPSL, and it's because it is a summer league with plenty of collegiate players playing in it. They can't go into August with the league because there probably wouldn't be too many players left who are able to play. Here's Wong on the wing, 1v1, cuts it inside, dumps it off to Vasquez. Vasquez with a shot on the ground. She just couldn't get her hips around it. That ball was moving a little slower than she thought, it seemed. She was waiting for it to come across her body, trying to hit that with her right. It just never got to where she thought it would, it seems. And now ball up top to Lillian Turk, who's playing that center forward position for Napa Valley. Turk, number 10. Her first year here with Napa, Mexican-American, plays for Sonoma State University. Sonoma State having won the CCAA conference title 2 years, the past 2 years, and Lillian Turk a part of those teams. Playing in that goal-scoring position for Napa Valley. Substitution for the Nighthawks. Fatima Waldo Garcia enters the game. You'll see her number 26 in that midfield, and it looks like she came out for Risa Yamada. Number 13. Yamada was playing on that right wing. And it looks like Sandoval has been pushed out to that right wing. And Waldo Garcia is going to sit in that center midfield position that Sandoval was in. So after a goal in the 3rd minute from the Nighthawks, just about 20 minutes into this game now, it's really slowed down since that first goal. Napa Valley just slowly breaking the momentum up of the Nighthawks. Slowly gaining some control of their own here, as you can see. With those long balls, that's not the way to do it. Headed back out by Wong. Waldo Garcia looking to control in the middle, double teamed, and she loses it. And now here comes Napa Valley. Nighthawks will look to just play out of the back here. Tough ball, and now Napa Valley looking to equalize, and Lau diving, anticipating where that was going. Gerwitz getting her foot on it, though, going out of bounds. It'll be another corner kick for Napa Valley. In swinger with the right. They'll play it short. Looking for the turn. And a shot at the top of the box is wanted. Can they get it off? Yes, and Raquel Lau once again comes up big for the Nighthawks. Just getting something on that to tip it over the crossbar. Let's take a look at that one again. Short corner. Instead of playing right back, looking for the turn and the quick shot at the top. It's amazing that that shot was even released with 3 Nighthawks players coming right at her, but Raquel Lau, absolutely outstanding. And now, again, corner kick Law with the punch out. And here come the Nighthawks. They'll need to hold it up. No numbers forward yet. Good job up top by Keene to just hold that up, but she loses it in the middle. Fenk trying to find Turk, making that streaky run, and finally Nighthawks are able to see that out for a corner kick, or excuse me, a goal kick. Gerwitz with time. And you'll see, I think, what a lot of teams like to do here against the Nighthawks is force the center backs, such as Gerwitz, long ball into the middle, picked up though by Jarvis. Jarvis coming all the way over from that right back position. Here's Wong. And it's got to be better from Wong there, picked up and read easily in the middle from Napa Valley. That was Angela Ramirez stepping in. Ramirez playing at Los Medanos College. Playing her summer ball here for Napa Valley. She's been all over the field here for Napa today, number 8. As has Samantha Fensk. Fensk fouled just there. Napa Valley will take it quickly. And suddenly, after about 15 minutes where the Nighthawks really controlled possession and controlled the game, Napa Valley has found their flow. Slowly but surely building into this game, and especially for the last, I'd say, 3 to 4 minutes, Napa Valley's had the majority of possession. Nighthawks with some sloppy balls into the middle that Napa Valley's been able to pick off and read perfectly. Just haven't been able to turn them into goals, but they've certainly turned them into chances, and Nighthawks need to be careful with those balls across the middle. Here comes Napa looking for that long ball, but too straight. Picked up easily by Lau. And I was mentioning before, you'll see, I think what a lot of teams like to do to the Nighthawks here is put a player on number 15 in the middle, Sydney Grunland, playing in that holding mid position, that number 6 position, if you will, because a lot of possession runs through her. Nighthawks like to play it around the back, and in the middle, number 15, Sydney Grunland, works with the back line, switches the field, and you'll see in the middle she's got a player just tracking her. So the Nighthawks can't play her on possession, forcing that possession and those balls to come from the center backs. Grunland likes to be the string puller, if you will, for the Nighthawks. She's the quarterback of this team, and if you shut her down, it forces that to come more from the center backs. It forces the Nighthawks to have a center back that can distribute. Few people can distribute as well as Sydney Grunland, though. Phenom. Coming out of high school. Very easily could be playing her college ball at any of the Pac-12 schools in California or elsewhere, and we're going to have some substitutions here now. Number 11, Bella Fernandez, and number 18, Lauren Johnston, coming into the game now for Napa Valley. And here comes Wong. Nighthawks have been successful on this left side with Wong. Napa slowly figuring out really how to shut that down, and now fresh on the field, Fernandez on the ball. Grunlin taps that out of bounds. Napa Valley throw-in. Roballeto will take the throw again for Napa. Napa right now, as I mentioned, sitting in 5th place. They've only got 8 points on the year, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. Both them and the Nighthawks have played 7 games. This will be both of their 8th game. 9-game season for all teams. Some teams will play 4 at home and 5 away, and some vice versa. So a balanced 9-game schedule for every team, or as balanced as it can be with 9 games. Throwing in a hard turn there for Vasquez, who certainly thought she got pulled, and the ref thought so too. Nighthawks will take a free kick here. So Napa Valley with 8 points. 6 full points behind the Nighthawks, who sit in 4th place right above them. Napa Valley out of contention for that 1st place spot. Nighthawks certainly in contention for that 1st place spot, but they'll need a little bit of help. A beautiful ball in from Wong, but that's good work there from the goalkeeper Nash to come on out and scoop that up, and Nash will try to find her forwards now. Fernandez with a long touch just loses it. And perhaps getting a little sloppier from the Nighthawks than what we saw in those first 15 minutes. A beautiful ball through just as I say that, and there's number 2. Sandoval. A beautiful run and a one-touch finish. Let's take a look at that. Ball won by Wong. Turn in the middle from Vasquez. Playing that through to Wong, splitting the left back and the center back, and there is Sandoval finishing it off. Sandoval starting in the center midfield, moving out wide when Yamada came off. And a beautiful run made by her. And just as I was saying the Nighthawks were starting to get a little sloppy, they tally one away. Trying to prove me wrong. Their passes, though, few. A little sloppy in the midfield. And I mentioned their 3 games in 1 week, or 3-game week, if you will. And that is most likely why you might see some tired legs. Sloppy passes coming from tired legs, like that one from Gerwitz, unlike her from the center back. Gerwitz raising her hand saying, my mistake, and it's no problem. Raquel Lau all over it. Kelly Gerwitz, one of the 2 center backs here for the Nighthawks, has that reputation of being a very physical center back, but also one that orchestrates and talks a lot on the field. Playing alongside her, number 24, Rina Ogimoto, Japanese international. Pretty much the opposite reputation of Gerwitz. She's known as being more of a quiet center back, doesn't talk as much, leads by example. However, incredible feet on her, and once again, Nighthawks threatening back post. Almost tallied a third, and I think she'll want that one back. That was Keene, who's already got a goal on the day. She scored that first one. Keene, like I said, is going to want that one back. Keene seems to have moved to this left wing position. Vasquez, number 16, now on the ball. Perhaps her and Vasquez just playing pretty dynamically, and Keene now goes down. You never want to see that. Somebody going down off the ball. Slow to get up. She looks okay. Perhaps an ankle, and now raising her hand, calling for a sub, and Vasquez with a shot. Excuse me, Sandoval with a shot just over. This is not what you want to see if you are the Nighthawks. So taking a knee here. We'll have a trainer come on, and Keene was just sitting in that 18, went to make a movement and just went down. And you never, ever want to see a player go down non-contact. It's never a good sign, but suppose the good sign is that she's holding her ankle, because first fear with non-contact is that it's a knee. Bad news, she's holding her ankle and she needs some medical treatment. And let's take a look at that. Streaking down that right side is Sandoval. Playing that cross. Keene on that left post just can't tuck it away. That was Waldo Garcia who helped that on over to Keene on that back post. So close, she'll want that one back. For now, let's just hope that she's okay. Keene, I mentioned, getting that start at the center forward position in place of goal scorer Maggie Altman, who is not here on the day. Altman, 5 goals on the season. Keene getting that start today and putting that first one away for the Nighthawks, and she'll step off. Taking her place, Emily Koo. Number 8. You will see on the field, and now we've got people dropping left and right here. Seems like everybody's okay. That was number 19, Samantha Fensk. Playing that right wing position for Napa today. She's been everywhere. Stepping in, winning it is Wong. Now, tight spaces to work in for the defense. Gerwitz trying to clear it. Fensk all over her, and she's able to get a foot on it. Now back and forth we go. Nobody really able to get control or get possession. And a shot wide right outside the 18, and Lau all over it again. She was busy on Tuesday. She's busy again today. Nighthawks with tired legs and a smaller roster, and you do not want to lose a player when you're in that position. If you see the Nighthawks bench, it feels like it's getting smaller and smaller with every game. And that first game of the 3-game week, so a week ago today, last Saturday, when they drew against Davis, they were out in 104-degree weather in Davis. Everybody played in that game. I'd say every single person except for backup goalkeeper Aubrey McLean got into that game. So tired legs across the board here for the Nighthawks. Again, then playing Tuesday. And now again here on Saturday. The good news, they'll have a little break after this before their final game of the season versus La Miranda. It'll be July 7th. Foul called, and it'll go for Napa. Standing in front of it is Grunland, just making sure nobody's going too quickly. And now Nighthawks will retreat. .35th minute, 2-0. San Francisco Nighthawks in those teal uniforms, and now trying to push it forward, but numbers down and looking for Koo. Koo, 1v1 now. One defender to beat. She'll just decide to hold it up. Vasquez loses that, and that's good defense there from Napa Valley. Almost a numbers down situation created there for the Nighthawks, though. It was a 2v4, and Koo found herself in a position where she just had one more to beat. Good recovery runs from Napa Valley. That'll sail out of bounds. Napa will take over. Nighthawks, I mentioned, sitting in 4th place, and they've consistently finished in the top 4 of the division, but they haven't secured that number 1 spot in many years. There is a chance, as I mentioned, that they can secure that number 1 spot, but they'll need some help, and it could come from Napa Valley, actually. So first and foremost, what the Nighthawks would need to secure that #1 spot is win out the rest of their games, including today, and then that final game on the 7th. And that would put them at 20 points for the season. They're sitting at 14 today, so 3 points and 3 more points. And that would put them at 20. And then, if that happens, they will need Davis, who sits in first place right now with 17 points and 2 games to play. They'll need Davis to lose at least 1 game of their final 2. They play Fresno Freeze tomorrow. And then they're at Davis on Tuesday. And those are their final 2 games. So actually the Nighthawks will know before their final game on the 7th what the situation is and if they are able to get that #1 spot, because of course Davis will finish their season before the 7th. Good job there by Gerwitz to shield the ball as Lau comes out. So if Davis drops 1 and wins 1, that'll put them at 20 points. And then if the Nighthawks win out, it'll come down to goal differential. But along with that, of course, the Nighthawks sitting in 4th place right now. Plenty of teams above them. The one just above them is Cal Storm, who's actually locked on points. So they'll need Cal Storm as well to lose at least 1 game. And that's the same situation. If Storm lose 1 game, or actually, excuse me, it's a different situation. If Storm lose 1 game, they're completely out of contention. If Storm win both games, like the Nighthawks, it'll come down to goal differential. So, of course, there's a chance here. If Davis wins 1 and loses 1, Storm wins out and Nighthawks win out, we could have 3 teams sitting at 20 points, locked on points, and then, of course, it would just come down to goal differential to see who wins this division. So it's tight at the top. If you're wondering who that other team is, because I mentioned the Nighthawks are in 4th place, I've only mentioned 2 other teams above them in Davis and the Storm. The other team, Iron Rose. But actually, with Iron Rose, they can't impact the Nighthawks because their maximum number of points on this season is 19. Iron Rose sitting in 2nd with 16 points, but they played more games than anybody else. They've only got 1 more game left on the year. So their maximum number of points is 19, so they become obsolete, of course, once any team hits 20 points. They become eliminated from that #1 spot. Wong working on the wing. It looked like that was an attempted cross that just came off wrong. Hopefully, if you ask her, she'll say she was shooting it, because a beautiful shot there just over the crossbar. Napa going quickly now. So if all of that was confusing, the only thing you really need to know is that if the Nighthawks want to win first place in this division, they don't control their own destiny, but they do have a shot at it if they can win today and win on July 7th versus La Marinda. And the rest, it's up to everybody else. We'll have some subs here coming on for the Nighthawks. Number 29, Allie Hall. And number 19, Chelsea Fang coming into the game. Chelsea Fang trotting into that midfield position. Or excuse me, it looks like she'll be trotting over into that right wing position. Vasquez will just slot back into the middle there. I mentioned Chelsea Fang. Chelsea Fang, despite playing on the field and currently playing in that right wing position, she spent some time at goalkeeper this year. She had a quick bout at goalkeeper in 1 game when starting goalkeeper Raquel Lau was unavailable. And backup keeper Aubrey McLinn had an all-star game of her own, a shot from wide, and that's Sydney Grunlin, and that's part of what she can do. It's not just possession. Grunlin with a rocket of a shot on her from far out, and that one will sail over. Now, Chelsea Fang stepped into goal at Nevada versus Nevada when there were no goalkeepers available. Raquel Lau, starting goalkeeper, wasn't available because she had schoolwork to do, and Nighthawks, of course, take that very seriously. Schoolwork comes first, and I mentioned Aubrey McGlynn, who is still in high school as the backup goalkeeper, was at an all-star game of her own. So Nighthawks went to Nevada without a goalkeeper. Chelsea Fang stepped in. Nighthawks did allow 3 goals, but Fang made some great saves. The Nighthawks were still able to come up with a win, 8-3 that day, a wild game. Chelsea Fang gets a win as a goalkeeper in the WPSL. Ball slotted through. That's a good run there from Fernandez. Blocked by Gerwitz, and it'll be a throw-in. We'll have some more subs here to close out this first half from Nevada. Molly Silva, number 6, coming back into the game. Saw her at the beginning having started. And Maya Goss, number 24, also entering. Nighthawks just looking to close out this half with a clean sheet. Going into the half 2-0 after a 3-game week is huge for a team. It takes the pressure off, and that can be everything mentally. And of course, when you've got tired and heavy legs, the mental game is everything. Ball into the middle, that's a great work there in the middle to just push that ball back to Grunland. Gerwitz now. Wong trying to play quickly there with Waldo Garcia. Garcia trying to play on that wing, but there was just no space there. 3 players from the Nighthawks, 3 defenders from Napa Valley, and not a lot of room to work in. Wong will take the throw. This is Koo. Finds Waldo Garcia, and now here come the Nighthawks into space. That's beautiful passing there from the Nighthawks in the middle, and losing it is Waldo Garcia. Good sequence there for a moment. Gerwitz reading this well. She'll play it back to Lau. No, she faked everybody out. She'll go up the line. Now Waldo Garcia looking to switch that. Agimoto, who I mentioned, one of the 2 center back pairings. Agimoto, so adept with her feet. Grunland with a good turn. This is Allie Hall. And to see that Grunland-Hall connection is special here in the midfield. Allie Hall now on the ball again, finding Grunland. These 2 figuring out how to work together so well. Allie Hall plays for U.S. Women's Beach Soccer Team. That's right, the national team. She is captain of the U.S. Women's Beach national team, and offside flag goes up. Vasquez called offside. It was not the streaking runner on the side. That was Vasquez called offside here because she did impact the play there. Good call from that side referee. Just about 30 seconds left in the game without the stoppage time. That might be added on. We had a couple injuries. A couple players go down. Expect a minute or 2 added on here at the end from center referee. Excited to see this relationship between Allie Hall and Grunland develop, as I mentioned, in the middle. Here's Hall, captain of the U.S. Women's National Team beach soccer squad. It's quite a mouthful. And Grunland, of course, the phenom. Youth and a veteran here who don't have a ton of experience playing together. Hall entered the Nighthawks season late, and a squibbed ball, but picked up well by by Gerwitz. But a fun relationship to watch develop here, and Hall will be getting limited minutes. She's nursing an injury, a contusion, which does Joe in a tricky foul there, but a no foul call. Jarvis goes flying, but it was all ball. Mentioned Allie Hall nursing a contusion. Contusion, technically a bone bruise, but I think we should come up with a new name for a bone bruise that isn't a contusion either, because bone bruises are serious. It's not a bruise. Well, I suppose it is just a bruise on your bone, but they can take you out for months at a time and can be exceptionally painful. So Allie Hall with that contusion, and she'll be having limited minutes here, and that is it for the first half. 2-0, the Nighthawks lead. We will be back with you very shortly after halftime. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half here. Nighthawks hosting Napa Valley FC 2-0 Nighthawks right now. About 45 minutes left to play here. Nighthawks in the teal uniforms, Napa Valley in the white. And if you're just joining us at halftime, welcome. If you've been here the whole time, welcome back. Felt like a short 15 minutes there, but here we are 15 minutes later, and Napa Valley to start with the ball here. 2 goals down and 45 minutes to play. Nighthawks immediately picking it up and finding that through ball. We've got some new players on the field. We'll get into it in a second. Nighthawks threatening right off of the bat once again. Nighthawks unable to get that shot off. Napa Valley just collapsing on every single ball. And to start the second half, Emily Koo tucks it away. Let's take a look at that. 2 players here for the Nighthawks looking to get a shot off a beautiful ball to Koo, who's just sitting on that back post and somehow tucking it up and over the hands of Nash in goal for Napa Valley, and that's crushing for Napa. Not even a minute into this half, and Nighthawks capitalize. One adjustment here on the ball, number 29. I mentioned before that that's Allie Hall, who does usually wear 29. Allie Hall is, in fact, out with that contusion that I was talking about. And this is Samia Adam, number 29 in the center midfield for Napa Valley. On the ball right here, she'll play that out wide. Good switch here for the Nighthawks. Trying to make that turn, keeping it in bounds, and now knocked from behind, and somehow it looks like it'll be a throw-in? It certainly should be a foul. I feel like that's a pretty objective statement right there. But a throw-in it is. I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. These Nighthawks uniforms, beautiful teal uniforms with SF Muni logo on the front. Just gorgeous, but for somebody in a booth far away, a little difficult to read the red numbers. Getting the cross off now, and that'll sail right out of bounds. Nighthawks finding themselves on the ball the entirety of these first 3 minutes of this half, and getting into some of the substitutions made here. You'll see at this right back position for the Nighthawks, number 28, that's Lou Anderson. Just graduated Brown University. She's dealing with an injury, so she's got limited minutes. We're seeing her here on the field for the first time right now to start the second half. Like I said, though, graduated Brown University, wants to go pro, and recently is actually set to go pro in August. She'll be going abroad. Something that the Nighthawks pride themselves on. What they want to do with this squad is provide a space for players who played collegiately, who have the ability to go pro, to get those minutes and get those practice and get those looks, which quite honestly can be the hardest thing to get. And now Napa threatening and somehow cleared out. That was number 11, Bella Fernandez of Napa Valley, and since she came on as a substitution in the first half, she has been nothing but dangerous, just wreaking havoc on the back line of the Nighthawks. Also finding herself on the ball quite a bit. Number 19, Fensk. Ball cleared out now, handled nicely by the center back, Ramirez of Napa Valley. Over to the other center back, Ruiz, looking for that long switch and picked up from Koo. Koo, the most recent goal scorer today. Scored that goal to start the half. Koo, Keene, and Sandoval, goal scorers for the Nighthawks today. Keene kicking off the scoring in the first 5 minutes of the game. Sandoval tallying that second one before half, and now Emily Koo tucking away that third one for the Nighthawks. Now Nighthawks threatening. Grunlin playing that wide. Here's Koo again, called offside. That flag goes up. Napa Valley still plenty of time left. 40 minutes on the clock for them. 3 goals down. I mentioned before that this is the third time these teams have ever faced off, with this being the third year that Napa Valley is in the WPSL. Nighthawks taking the 3 points in 2022 and last year in 2023, and now leading 3-0 versus Napa Valley. Napa's won 1, drawn 2, and lost 2. For a look at their last 5 games so far. Here they are threatening, and that's a nice ball in, and what a recovery run on that far side. Wong just getting her body in front of it, and it can be dangerous to slide in the box because obviously you could potentially give up a penalty kick, but well timed from Wong there, just getting her body in front. Here come the Nighthawks. This is Adam. She'll give it away there, handled by Ruiz, center back for Napa Valley. Trying to go up that right side. Emily Koo gets in the way, and Napa Valley will have a throw-in on this far right side. Napa's been able to win those throw-ins. They've been able to put the Nighthawks under pressure, and they've been able to force Raquel Lau to make some big saves, but Raquel Lau's come up big, and Napa has not been able to capitalize yet. And they've had good bouts of possession as well. Perhaps we're seeing one start here. And an early substitution now, number 21. This is Garcia, Kim Garcia coming into the game. And number 19, Samantha Fensk, will take a break. Fensk has been everywhere in this game and rightfully gets a bit of a rest here for Napa Valley. Nighthawks now chasing. Gerwitz, plenty of time, plays it back to Lau, and Lau looking for Wong wide, just not enough. Or a little too much on it, I suppose. Bouncing ball, Napa just trying to control it here. I mentioned before, some sloppy passes really on both sides, most likely because of the tired legs. Talking about the Nighthawks teal kits with SF Muni logo on the front. Very cool kits. If you want to go see a more close-up version, head over to their Instagram or their website. Floral patterns all over the place. Very cool. And we're talking about Nighthawks kits, so it has to be mentioned, Napa Valley's kits. So Nighthawks clear it away. Napa Valley, a program that's been around for longer than 3 years. I mentioned that they've only been in this WPSL league for 3 years, but they've been around for longer than that, playing in other leagues such as the UPSL. They've got a men's club, youth club, and all that. Here come the Nighthawks. Adam Wide and across into the box. Nobody's crashing, though, and not handled well and finally cleared out. So we can finally talk more about these Napa Valley kits, because every single year Napa Valley does what they call, quote, cause kits. Each year the team designs and produces a special cause kit that highlights an issue or subject that the team would like to bring to light via the platform of sport. This year's cause was to support farm workers' health, and thanks to some big donations, they've raised over $5,000. Substitution for the Nighthawks, Gabby Jackson enters the game. She'll have a long run over to the side to take the throw-in. Adam, long shot from far out, and that'll fall wide. But when you're up 3-0, that's something you can do. Gabby Jackson getting her first action right now, entering the game. A high school player, usually playing outside back. She's going into her senior year at Washington High School here in the beautiful San Francisco. Washington High School, public school here in San Francisco, out in the outer Richmond district. Love to see a local high school student playing on this team. Something actually the Nighthawks are quite used to, with a few high school students and plenty of Bay Area talent here. A lot of players who play their college soccer in the Bay, grew up in the Bay, playing for club teams all across, not just San Francisco, but East Bay, down south in the peninsula. Now coming back into the city to play their summer ball. Koo able to find Adams. Adam finds Ogimoto. Beautiful work there. I mentioned that's Grunland in the middle. Back to Gerwitz, and I mentioned it's so important for the Nighthawks to be able to play with their center midfielders and their center backs. And right now, Nighthawks looking like they're finding a flow that they weren't really able to find in that midweek game against Cal Storm. Looking in fine form right now. Grunland finds Koo wide. Koo, chip all the way to the far post, and that'll fall out of bounds. But a good idea and a good work from the Nighthawks. Mentioned Bay Area natives. Goalkeeper Raquel Lau, who we've mentioned quite a bit on this stream. Also a Bay Area native, a Mission High School graduate. Mission High School right next to the beautiful Dolores Park, where there's actually quite a few people gathering for Pride Saturday here in San Francisco. We're here for the Pride match for the Nighthawks at Kezar Stadium. Raquel Lau, Mission High School grad. Another public school here in San Francisco, California. Currently plays at UC Davis, going into her 4th year. But she was a redshirt freshman, so she is going to her senior year. It will be her 3rd year, technically, of eligibility. Picked up by Garcia. Garcia, space and time. Finds a streaking runner, Silva, in the middle. Now Silva with some time, looking for Garcia, and now that run is read beautifully by Ogimoto, center back for the Nighthawks, who will play it back to Lau. And now waiting a little bit too long was Samia Adam. She'll have to track back. Foul called on her. Napa going quickly, a shot from wide, or excuse me, from far out. It'll go wide, and Raquel Lau will take her time now to take that goal kick. Other names I've mentioned quite a bit on this broadcast so far that are San Francisco or Bay Area natives. Elena Wong, number 10, playing on that left back position. Wong, a Bay Area native, went to Los Gatos High School. Going into her senior year at University of Portland, up in Oregon. Well-known, well-established program. Most famous for the one and only Megan Rapinoe, having attended University of Portland, played her college soccer there. Of course, that was many years ago. University of Portland yet to win a title or a championship like they're known for in many years, and that is picked off. Agimoto picked off there, and here's Garcia. She's got a 3v3 if she can go quickly, and that's good 1v1 work defensively for the Nighthawks, and now they'll try to turn this into a counterattack. Sandoval picking that ball up in the middle, just a bit too heavy of a touch, and finally Napa able to just settle it down. Back and forth we go. Sandoval now creating some time for herself in the middle. Each team trading off moments, picking the other off, and now Napa with an opportunity of their own, and Adam just gets her foot on that. Good work there defensively. This game, I would say, at risk of opening up. We've gone back and forth quite a bit. Anderson finds Adam in the middle. Adam can't keep it. It's good work by Silva of Napa. Number 6, she goes wide. This has been the day for Napa. Able to find some switches, able to find some space to attack, but just not fully able to exploit too much of it. Able to find some opportunities, but never able to find the back of the net. Of course, still 30 minutes left. But still, something does need to change here for Napa Valley. It looks like it might, with 3 subs getting directions on the sideline. And we'll have some substitutions now for Napa Valley. Plenty of changes here and some position shifts as well for Napa. It looks like we've got number 19, Fence, coming back on. Number 10, Lillian Turk, coming into the game and back on. Turk also having started. And number 34, Natalie Farias, coming into the game. Fensk and Turk having started up top together. Turk in that center forward position and Fensk at that right forward or right wing position. They'll come back on and look to combine. Might be the spark that Napa needs right now, some fresh legs and some fresh ideas. So tired legs starting to show. 63rd minute here, and plenty of minutes on all of these bodies all across the field and all across the bench in this past week or week and a half, and more subs coming on soon for the Nighthawks. It looks like number 16, Vasquez, and number 26, Waldo Garcia, will enter the match soon. Both tend to play in that center midfield position. However, Vasquez can also play in that outside forward or outside wing position. And we'll have those subs right now. So Vasquez will go up top, Waldo Garcia into the middle. Vasquez trots into that center forward position, it seems. Napa trying to go on a small counter there, a long ball into Turk up top. Raquel Lau in goal, read that perfectly. And here come the Nighthawks again, looking to tap it around, but oh my goodness. Great work there from Nash in goal, coming out of her box right on the edge of that 18. And she's able to scoop that up. And it looks like off on this sideline, Kelly Gerwitz, starting center back, or one of the two for the Nighthawks, as the ball through. Raquel Lau has to come all the way out, use her feet to clear it. Now Napa will try to go quickly forward. Napa will be smart to try to split or exploit those two center backs for the Nighthawks right now, because as I was mentioning, Kelly Gerwitz taking off. It looks like she had a previous obligation she just had to get to. She will be out for the rest of the game. Kelly Gerwitz, one of the two starting backs all year for the Nighthawks, and now a tricky ball down the middle. That's exactly what Napa need to do. If you're Napa Valley, you see one of the center backs and the vocal center back not only leaving the field, but leaving the game completely. You need to go right for the opposing team center backs, and that seems to be just what they're doing, looking for that through ball to Garcia now, well handled. Here's Adam. Or excuse me, Anderson, time and space on the ball. Nighthawks trying to press numbers forward. That's good work defensively from Napa, but picked up in the middle from Sydney Grunland. Anderson again. That's good work there from the Nighthawks to keep it, just looking to get that cross in, and a good ball into the middle, just a little too far. Nash scoops it up. Trying to find Garcia, and she just tosses it straight out of bounds. Opportunity wasted there for Napa. Nighthawks will take over. A gift to the Nighthawks, really, in their attacking half now. I mentioned that Gerwitz left, and filling in for her, number 29, Samia Adam, now sitting in that center back position alongside Ogimoto. Ogimoto in that right center back, number 24. Adam in that left center back, 29. Adam now backpedaling quickly. Ogimoto, the furthest back for the Nighthawks, if you want to pick her up. Trying to hold that line, but also playing a little deep for the Nighthawks. Not quite in a sweeper, but these two center backs need to stay connected. Garcia with the cross. Fensk working on the outside. Gets that ball into the middle, and a shot from inside. Turk gets Napa on the board. I mentioned that Fensk-Turk combination to potentially inject some life into this Napa Valley team, and that's exactly what happened. What vision from Fence to turn and find Turk like that right in the middle, and Napa Valley exploiting this defense for the Nighthawks as nobody stepped Turk. She's allowed to take a touch and turn inside of the 18, and she tucks it away. There's nothing Raquel Lau can do in goal there for the Nighthawks. 3-1 now. Nighthawks still in the lead. 20 minutes to play, though, and anything can happen. We'll have a substitution here as Elena Wong, number 10, will come back onto this field. It looks like she'll come in for Samia Adam. So Wong coming in, it looks like she's gonna take that place of that right center back, pushing Ogimoto over to that left center back. So now we've got Wong and Ogimoto in the center back position for the Nighthawks. Looks like General Manager Jill Lunsbury and head coach Oscar did not like what they were seeing there with that combination of Ogimoto and Adam, making a change up. And Elena Wong, new to the team this season, but one of the players that came in and for her first practice already knew about half the team. Mention Elena Wong from Los Gatos, playing at University of Portland, and found the Nighthawks through a former University of Portland teammate, Hannah McCord. Hannah McCord also playing on that outside back position for the Nighthawks. She's done for the season, though. She won't be here today. And Napa threatening again. These runs across the back line here, getting this Nighthawks defense twisted, and that's what happens when you lose your most vocal center back presence. Somebody's gonna have to step in and fill that void. Mentioned Kelly Gerwitz coming out of the game and leaving. Now the Nighthawks threatening themselves. Vasquez gets the ball back in the middle, just a little too far. Turk trying to control it, picked up by Grunland. It's good work in the middle from Grunland with 2 on her. Napa Valley putting pressure on this back line. Now Grunland always with somebody right on her. She's still so adept keeping possession. And Lou Anderson then tapping that back to Ogimoto, and Ogimoto and Wong will play together. Wong in the middle for her. I haven't mentioned Melody Her. Yes, Her is her last name, just like the singer. One of the best last names we've seen. Her wearing number 17 in that center midfield position. Napa looking dangerous now in the 72nd minute. Having tallied one, and it's an old cliche, and some believe it and some don't, but 2-goal leads are potentially the most dangerous in soccer. That's a beautiful ball through to a streaking forward, and good job from Nash in goal to come out and just clear that. Nothing else she could have done there. Grunland now, one on her, she'll do well to just play the way she's facing. And if you're the Nighthawks right now, you just don't want to panic. 2-goal lead, under 20 minutes to play. The name of the game here is to keep possession and not make mistakes in your own defensive third. Play it safe, if you will, and there's always a delicate balance between not wanting to park the bus because you don't want to invite that pressure, but also not wanting to play so aggressive that you open up holes for the other team. Balance that the Nighthawks are trying to strike here. As we see on the sideline, Yamada speaking with head coach Oscar. It looks like she'll come into the game soon, getting direction on the sideline. Risa Yamada, new to the Nighthawks this year, came into the team. Her first game was versus Davis, so this is her 3rd game with the squad. Davis was that game just a week ago. It's a Saturday game to kick off that 3-game week that the Nighthawks are concluding today. Vasquez going wide. Now the tired and heavy legs are starting to set in for both teams, and a foul called. rightfully so. We saw one of those at the beginning of this half. It wasn't called, and we'll see it now called on the other side of the field. Nighthawks will just go quickly. Or they will not go quickly. Now they will go back to Raquel Lau. Waldo Garcia will find Anderson. Anderson trying to push that up the line, and Napa Valley will take over, and we'll have some substitutions now. Looks like actually we'll see Chelsea Fang come into the game here. Fang coming in for the Nighthawks. I mentioned Chelsea Fang in the first half as the field player who spent some time in goal for the Nighthawks already this season. Fang now getting some time at that right wing, or right forward position, if you will. Anderson to take the throw here. Nighthawks just trying to hold up with a bit of a smorgasbord of players, if you will. And what I mean by that is just players who are either playing out of position and so not used to playing with somebody that they might be paired with. Or players just haven't had too many minutes this season, still trying to get their feet under them, still trying to play with the team. Here is Vasquez. Vasquez had Fang wide open in the middle. She's trying to skip over her. Nighthawks lucky to keep possession there. Vasquez now taking her time. Nighthawks just trying to find some space here. They'll pull it back from the top of the box. Here's Grunlin trying to play the way she faces. She has Anderson streaking down that right side. Anderson getting that cross off. She's got time in the middle. Vasquez. It's cleared out, but not well yet from Napa. Waldo Garcia, not sure what she was trying to do, trying to tap it backwards, but she had the positioning there to trap it at her feet, and that's tired legs right there, trying to make a move like that instead of just taking a couple extra steps, turning your body and trapping at your feet, and it leads to this. Garcia of Napa threatening, and Nighthawks just able to clear that out. Because that was Wong coming all the way over to clear that out. Nighthawks showing that they've played 3 games in a week, but holding up well. This is where you just have to dig deep. Wong with a good read on that. It looks like Wong and Ogimoto have switched back now, so Ogimoto finds herself in that right center back position that she's used to. Wong steps into the place where Gerwitz usually is, in that left center back position. Good positioning there for the Nighthawks, as Wong usually plays left back. She just slides in one spot. Turk. Good hold-up play from the center forward. Johnston now goes forward with it. Garcia able to stay on her feet. Fensk. Fensk into the middle and nobody there. Beautiful work on the wing from Fensk, and lucky from the Nighthawks that nobody was streaking onto that back post. And now Vasquez will try to keep it in, and she'll be... The Nighthawks hope to hold it up. She tries to go 1v1 though, and Ruiz easily taps that back to Nash, and the Nighthawks just not helping themselves right now. They need to hold up play in those moments. They need that moment to get the team and get those lines compressed again. Wong finding Grunlin in the middle. Grunlin, 3 players on her, not able to keep it. Here's Fensk again. Fensk. Good job at holding it up. Back to Robledo. We'll swing it around. This is Ramirez. That's good work in the middle from Napa, who seems to have found their flow in these last 20 minutes. Just about 10 to play now. Nighthawks take over once again, just giving it away immediately, just trying to go forward, and that's not what they need to do. That was her trying to play that straight ball in, and this is the type of moment where if you're 2 goals up, you have to sometimes play to the game situation. Nighthawks haven't been doing it in these past 10 minutes, and it's led to Napa creating more and more opportunities and looking more and more dangerous. And once again, Nighthawks with a good opportunity, but going quickly, and now they find themselves back on defense. And defense is, quite frankly, the last place you want to be when you've got tired, heavy legs. And that's good work on the wing there from Chelsea Fang, finding an open runner in Vasquez, but to no avail, and Nash will take it for a goal kick for Napa. You just get the feeling that if Napa can put one more away in the next couple of minutes, all hell might break loose. They might throw everything forward to try to get that draw. Nighthawks now still threatening, looking to put one more away, and that'll fall out of bounds. Another goal kick for Napa Valley as they'll make another substitution here. Coming into the game, number 24, Maya Goss. Goss comes in for number 8, Ramirez, who's playing in that center midfield position. Now the Nighthawks working it around. Here's Wong. Nighthawks now figuring out how to slow it down, just control the play and control the pace, and there's no need to force it here. Going long to Fang. Waldo Garcia on the ball. Into the middle. And her will go back to Wong. This is good work here now from the Nighthawks. And this is what they needed to do, just play the way they face, not play a dangerous ball, and frankly just take control of this game. And what you need to take control of the game is that possession. You're killing the clock, and you're taking the wind out of the sails of the team that's kind of carrying momentum. You don't need to put a goal away. You don't even, frankly, need to threaten. You just need to keep the ball. And here's Waldo Garcia chipping it to Vasquez, and it's too far. Nash will come out. She punches it, though, and it's play's not dead, and now it is. All the way over through the uprights. And now Nash will take that goal kick. The long ball from Waldo Garcia to Vasquez. We'll see a sub here for the Nighthawks. Josie Jarvis, number 5, who started at that right back position for the Nighthawks, will come on. She'll play in that left back now for Wong, or excuse me, where Wong usually plays, as Jarvis usually plays on that right back position. Anderson in the right back right now, and Jarvis at that left back. Here's Waldo Garcia. Fang. Anderson, under pressure, is able to scoop that back to Ogimoto. Waldo Garcia getting plenty of minutes here in the middle of the field alongside Sydney Grunland. Waldo Garcia playing her college ball at City College of San Francisco, going into her junior year. Also a Bay Area native. She's from South San Francisco. She's been playing with the Nighthawks for quite a while, since she was a high school student. Napa Valley! Garcia tucks it away. A squibbed ball falls all the way to Garcia. And just as I said, it felt like all hell may break loose if Napa can put one away. They do, and suddenly, instead of 3-0, it's a 1-goal game. Let's take a look. Garcia. Ball just falls to her, and she puts it away, far post. 3 defenders around her, but nobody stepping to it, and suddenly the Nighthawks need to defend a 1-goal lead. And credit to Garcia, number 21 of Napa Valley. She has been wreaking havoc on this back line all game. Samia Adam, number 29, coming back to the game for the Nighthawks. She'll slot into that center midfield, so it'll be Adam, Grunland, and Waldo Garcia. She comes on for her. Her will take a seat on the bench. Nighthawks now under immense pressure and picked off in the middle of the field. And here comes Napa Valley. That'll roll out for a corner kick. Napa's first of the half, 4th of the game. And a big moment here. A set piece for Napa Valley to try to equalize. And if you had said in the first half that Napa Valley was going to come all the way back, I don't think many people would have believed you. Nighthawks in full control of the game going into halftime, scoring to start the second half within the first minute, tucking that 3rd goal away. And since then, it's just been all Napa Valley. They've turned it around since the 70th minute. They've had full control of this game. And you can see how much Kelly Gerwitz, number 22, that center back, means to the Nighthawks. Dangerous ball into the middle. Flag goes up. Looks like it'll be a foul on Napa Valley. And Raquel Lau will take her time now in goal for the Nighthawks. But if you're defending a 1-goal lead, it's nice to have Raquel Lau in goal. Lau just putting it all the way forward for Vasquez, who's chasing onto it. Now Fensk. Napa takes over. Just under 2 minutes to play, not including stoppage time.
2 minutes remaining plus stoppage.
Perhaps this, with the ball going into the stands, will be some of that stoppage time that we see added on. About 30 seconds there that took. Napa with a chance to spoil the season here for the Nighthawks, who, as I've said before, need to win out their games to have a shot at first place moving on to regionals. So they'll need 3 points from this game and 3 points from their final game versus La Miranda here at Kezar Stadium on the 7th. Napa Valley trying to spoil that. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, you should follow along at DNF_ADV. Kevin Allison on camera and setting up this entire stream. You can catch all Nighthawks games at DNF_ADV. Sports. I'll say that again, DNF_ADV Sports. Find them on Instagram or YouTube. And if you're watching this live stream, hit subscribe on that page. Shout out to Kevin Allison, a one-man show who puts all of this together, graphics, everything, and some incredible camera work. As the clock ticks down towards the 90th minute, won't know how much stoppage time is added on, and Napa now in desperation just trying to flick it forward, and a weird ball, and having to dive onto it now. Here comes Napa. Could this be the final play of the game? Flicking it on was Turk. She had Garcia streaking in behind her, and that was a head collision right there. We'll have a stoppage of game most likely. That looked like a nasty one between both players. You never want to see this. Both players go down, both teams waving on the athletic trainer immediately. It was a clear head-to-head collision. Both teams will just take a moment as we deal with this. A moment for me to tell you that this broadcast of the WPSL Westpac North Division is, of course, brought to you by Kevin Allison, as I mentioned, DNF_ADV Sports, and the Nighthawks are sponsored by plenty of Cole Valley local businesses. Nighthawks playing here at Kezar Stadium in the heart of Cole Valley in San Francisco, California, and they're a neighborhood team with neighborhood sponsors including Zenny, Park Merced, Mission Blue, the Ice Cream Bar in Cole Valley, SF, Bar DC, Golden Boot Academy, the benevolent San Francisco Recreation and Parks, who we have to really shout out because they maintain this beautiful field here at Kezar. Pacific Catch, Kezar Pub, which is the local clubhouse here of the San Francisco Nighthawks. You can catch them after the game at Kezar Pub. Have a beer and some food with the players, with the players who are 21 years old or older. And of course, Cole Valley Tavern, another local pub. And we have to also throw in, also sponsored by Zazie, Blue Barn, Crates on Cole, Bambinos, and Cole Valley Pets. Cole Valley Pets will give your animal a free treat when you come in, so head on over there. And finally, Vieira and Friends. If you're looking for a good place to get your hair cut, it's Vieira and Friends, local Cole Valley spot just on the corner of Cole and Carl. As we're still getting medical attention on the field. You never want to see this, and head-to-head collisions, unfortunately, just so frequent in this sport. Quite frankly, unavoidable, and luckily concussion protocol has gotten better and better over the years. Still probably not exactly where it needs to be, but we are on our way there, and that's the good thing. It's wild that, frankly, just 15 years ago, there was hardly any, if any, concussion protocol, quite frankly. There's been some more awareness around it and more education around it, and of course we hope all players are okay and that their recovery is fast. So this time will, of course, be added on to the stoppage time that we were already in. The clock had already ticked to 90. We were already in this injury time. And I think within this time, Napa Valley's going to obviously have a sub check in once they can get their injured player off the field. And a little too far for us to see just who it is. Keep updating you as we know. And this is Pride Day here for the Nighthawks. I mentioned this is their second to last regular season game of the year. It's their second to last home game of the year, no matter what. If they make regionals, they won't be here at home. They'll be up in the Pacific Northwest. So second to last home game here for the Nighthawks about to come to a close, and if you want to catch them in their final home game, that'll be July 7th here at 5 p.m. here at Kezar Stadium. Applause for the injured player. She stands up. That's a week from tomorrow, next Sunday. Nighthawks will be hosting La Miranda for that final regular season game, and it's actually a doubleheader. It's Muni Appreciation Match, and SF City FC will be playing a doubleheader alongside the Nighthawks. It'll be Nighthawks at 5, SF City at 7, so come on out and hang out here for your Sunday night to conclude that long holiday weekend. Of course, July 4th on that Thursday. Looks like we'll get things going here in a second. It's nice to see this player, who I will tell you who it is in a moment, walking off under her own volition. But of course, the bandage most likely means there was an open wound, a cut. Long ball into the middle, bouncing, and Nighthawks just need to clear it. I can finally tell you who that injured player is. Haley Freeman, number 9 of Napa Valley, is the injured player, getting some attention on the sideline. Having a chat with Chelsea Fang of the Nighthawks. As I said, small world, the soccer community. A lot of these players know each other, not just from the WPSL, but from college or club. And now Napa on the attack. Garcia, one of the goal scorers, threatening and able to clear it out is Akimoto as she gets to the ball. Napa still trying to play spoiler to the Nighthawks season. Nighthawks just trying to clear this ball out, and this is the moment where you just want to get that ball in the corner if you're the Nighthawks, and that's not the way to do it. More clearances from the Nighthawks, but their lines completely condensed on themselves. Nobody there to pick up those clearances, and it falls right back to Napa. Good step in there from Anderson and a good header out. Good defensive header, long and far. It'll force Napa backwards a little bit. Time for the Nighthawks to step up, but that back line remains pretty deep for the Nighthawks. Space to work in now for Napa. A difficult ball now. Waldo Garcia. Vasquez. This is smart from Vasquez here to just keep it on the wing. And she's headed to the corner now. There'll be a throw-in one for the Nighthawks. And that is the whistle. 3-2. San Francisco Nighthawks take it. They get 3 points to conclude a long 3-game week. Drawing on Saturday, drawing on Tuesday, and finally getting these 3 points on this Saturday versus Napa Valley. The Nighthawks will jump to 17 points in the standings. Napa Valley will remain at 8 points, and Nighthawks, depending on how Cal Storm does tomorrow, they'll be playing SF Elite, may leapfrog over Cal Storm and Iron Rose with these 3 points. And of course, by the time they play next, we will know exactly what they need to get that first place position, and if they can. And a reminder, that final game for the Nighthawks next Sunday, July 7th. It'll be a doubleheader. Come on out here, 5 p.m. kickoff for the Nighthawks at Kezar Stadium. For Sara Ach on commentary, Kevin Allison on camera. Follow him on DNF_ADV Sports. This has been a broadcast of the WPSL West Pac North Division. Nighthawks take it 3-2 over Napa Valley. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next Sunday as the Nighthawks host La Miranda.